Hi everyone, I'm Sandra Mom. Good to see you all. As you can see, Ben isn't with me, although today is Friday and I do see Ben every Friday, and he is in the area. He is with his counselor right now, and we were discussing what we would like to talk about for our video today, but he wasn't in a really good place. So I will not force him to do a video. For all I know, when he comes back, he might be in a better headspace. He may want to do a video. But I thought, you know what? I'm just going to share my experience as a loved one. We all know, and I've always said, addiction is a family disease. It affects not only the person that's using, but anybody who loves that person. Whether it's your child, your sibling, your parents, anybody. It affects anybody that loves them. I just want to say that it's a roller coaster. There's lots of ups, there's lots of downs, and there was a time where I would just fasten my seatbelt, get on that roller coaster, and I would ride that roller coaster. All the highs, all the lows, I'd be engaged. And I just wanted to share where I'm at today. Not only do I not put my seatbelt on the roller coaster, I don't even get on the roller coaster. Because what I have learned is that I have no control over what Ben does. I have no control whatsoever. Believe me, as his mom, I wish I had control. I wish I could say, hey, snap out of it. I wish I could make him change. But what I have learned is that I can't. And as the loved one, there was a time when I was addicted to my loved one. I was addicted to Ben. I had to be there. I had to try to control. Well, as I work my program and work my steps and my recovery, because as a loved one, we go through very similar things that the person with the substance use disorder goes through. It is an emotional roller coaster. It affects us emotionally. It can affect us physically, our health, just as it affects their emotions, their physical, and, so there's so many similarities with the loved one and the substance user. What happens is the loved one finally gets to the point where, you know what, I can't do this anymore. My life is unmanageable. I need help. And that's when, as a loved one, we start to learn what addiction is all about. And we learn what we can and cannot do. And that's what I wait for with Ben, is for him to realize that his life is unmanageable and he doesn't want to live like this anymore. And he wants to make change. Until then, the bottom line, I only have control over what I do. I no longer get on the roller coaster. I can't say it doesn't affect me, because I watch my son and I watch Ben go through a lot of ups and downs and hating life and withdrawals and not hearing from him for long periods of time. All of that is still happening. But during all that, I don't get on that roller coaster. I don't engage when he's in an abusive verbal state because of whatever he's going through. I stay off the roller coaster. I stay my distance. Ben knows what my boundaries are. And, there was a time this week where he was calling me and being really nasty on the phone, and I just stopped answering the phone. I'd have like 30 missed calls. I'd have a bunch of horrible text messages, and I just ignored it all. Honestly, I just didn't engage. If this was like 7-8 years ago, I would have been like, oh my gosh, he's in a bad place. I better go pick him up. I better go coddle him and do whatever to make him happy again. I have learned I don't have that kind of power. I don't have control over what he is doing or what he is feeling. What I do have control over is how I react to things, my actions. I only have control over me and what I do. And I am choosing to do me. I am choosing to not engage in that stuff with Ben. I love Ben to the core. He's my baby boy. Okay, yeah, he's going to be 25 next month, but he's my boy. I love him, and I I want him to live, and where there is breath, there is hope. Today there is breath. And I just am tired of the roller coaster, so I am not getting on that roller coaster. It's still there. He's still going through his thing. And, you know, we have good days where we can have great conversations. And then there's the crap days where I can't say anything right. Life sucks, blah, 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 blah. I'm sure that there's many of you out there that can relate to what I'm going through, and probably could relate to what Ben's going through. And, you know, on Fridays, I went to the clinic today and I talked to a lot of people with substance use disorders. And, you know, they're great. I love them. And I continually learn. And I was talking to one person today and they were saying, like, yeah, I remember feeling like what Ben is feeling, and, you know, hating life, like, because, you know, he missed his methadone or whatever, and you go through serious withdrawal. You know, you're cold, you know, your body's aching, and it's like the end of the world. And this is what Ben was going through because he missed a few doses. And I recognized he was feeling that way because of it. But it's not up to me to tell him why he's feeling that way. And I love that I didn't say anything. I loved that I just stood back and I drove and I just listened to him and I just listened to the music. Because afterwards, you know, not that long ago before he left to meet with his counselor, he says, yeah, I'm not cold anymore. I think it's because I got my methadone. It's like he didn't need me to tell him, well, you know, if you would only get your methadone, then you wouldn't be feeling like crap. He doesn't need me to tell him that. And if I did say anything, he would have only bit my head off because he was uncomfortable. He wasn't feeling well. He was sick. He was cold. So, you know, it's just confirmation to me that I'm doing the right thing because I know I have no control over him. So addiction sucks. It's a roller coaster. So as a loved one, you can choose to go on the roller coaster with them, or you can stay off. I'm choosing to stay off of the roller coaster. I'm choosing to wait till the roller coaster levels out, or, you know, he's in a place where we can chat. So that's my little rant for today, so to speak. You know, life is good. I'm enjoying life. You know, it sucks to watch my son suffer, but I cannot be codependent. I cannot live my life around Ben. Ben needs to make his choices, and I can't tell him what to do. I won't tell him what to do. All he needs to know is that I am there to support him for recovery, for change, and that I love him. And that's, you know, even through all the crazy texts and messages from him, the last thing I'd say to him on the phone is, I love you. I love you. Anyway, stay off the roller coaster, man. That's all I can say. Stay off the roller coaster, because that's what keeps me sane. And that's what keeps me living a good life. Because you know what? We deserve a good life. We all deserve a good life. Life is not easy for anybody. Life is tough. It's not what happens to you. It's what you choose to do with it. And I choose to live my best life. And I hope that, you know, I'm also helping others that are in the same place and letting you know that you're not alone and that there is support out there for you. Anyway, just remember, where there is breath, there is hope. Take care, everybody. See you next week. Bye.